Love is red. Yeah, the colour red. Pure red. As in the best of flame. The most beautiful of flowers. Even the ripeness of fruit. A lovely, brilliant cherry red, light red. Crystal clear, you can see through to eternity through it. It's the first chakra. It is actually the colour of the physical world. Is it Ayers Rock that's red in Australia? An absolute monument to an incredibly ancient past. And I might say a people that knew God. You may think this is a fantasy, but there's something about their nomadic simplicity that, and minimalism of civilization, so incredibly in sync with nature. I mean, even as I understand it, their use of fire. You know, if you don't get these sort of bushfires fairly regularly, which I understand they deliberately started, then in the end you get one massive one that destroys the whole place. I mean, there are even plants that are totally survive in the ground of the fire so that the growth springs up afterwards. I'm no expert on this, but it just occurs to me at this moment. But love is red, the red heart. Hey, have you come across something called the Rosicrucians? They're as splintered as any other religion, of course. There's all sorts of different splinter groups in them, apparently. But the notion of love, the heart. So you may say, well, you're talking about the heart chakra then. I thought you decided that was green. Yeah, well, a rose bush is green and red, isn't it? And I don't mean flecks of red as in anger, dark red. I mean the beautiful red of the flower. And I might point out it can have a lovely scent too. The modern rose has been cultivated to look beautiful but not be genuine. It has no beautiful scent, but the traditional rose, the old-fashioned rose, has a beautiful scent to it. The sort of thing that you can give to your beloved because you love her with all your being. She's the most beautiful thing you've ever come across. And you want her to be your eternal love. So you give her red roses, or perhaps red carnations. My dad was keen on carnations. I think Mum was too. Yeah. We had carnations and roses growing in the garden. In fact, really, they were the principal flowers. But we had a lovely flower called a peony too. You come across peonies? They're, as far as I know, the ones we had are a sort of low bush, but a magnificent heavy flower. Perhaps a bit on the dark side, but perhaps they're an overindulgence, I'm not sure. I can remember red butterflies too. Do you know we used to have a country in England that had butterflies in enormous numbers? When I was a kiddie, I can remember passing some, I've got a feeling they were also blackberry bramble bushes, but absolute showers of tiny red butterflies. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of them. You'd say like flies or like starlings roosting in the autumn? Sheer incredible numbers round those bushes. Just on my way home from school. I had to walk a mile to school. Some of it across actually a field, and horses were in it. I remember I got bitten by a horse once. It made me cautious of horses from then on. Just as I turned to go away, he bit me in the shoulder. I don't mean he got through the clothing, but oh my goodness, gave me a scare. I was only primary school age. Where was I? Hang on a minute. Ah, yes. I shall arise like a fire that burns all before it. That's what love is. I don't mean it's destructive, but it's incredibly dominant. Thank God. We love you, Dad, for your love. Because you first loved us, gave us life, life eternal. To be with you, your eternal loved friend. Wonderful one, love you too. May we love you and love each other and be your perfect friend in heaven, the host of heaven. Your joy, your peace, your reason for living. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.